Welcome to YT Preacher. I'm Jman and I'll be your YouTube preacher. Today we are looking at the Saturday after the death before the resurrection. Now this day doesn't have a lot written about it. In fact, it really doesn't have anything written about it. But for me, this is always a sad day. It's a sad day because the disciples don't get it yet. And if we put ourselves in their shoes, how can they get it? They just saw their leader for 3 years die, a horrible death, and they all scattered. Now, it's believed that they all found their way back to an upper room, probably the upper room that they just had Passover in, and they're all hiding there, all except for Judas, who has already killed himself. So these 11 men have found their way to their hiding place, and that's where they're hiding, because they're afraid that if these leaders that just killed Jesus find them, and they will kill them too. The thing is, the leaders don't care about them so much. The leaders have already put into place, the leaders already knew where Jesus was buried. So the Romans put guards in front of the tomb to make sure that these 11 didn't come and try to steal it. That's the only time that the leaders cared, is if the 11 went and tried to steal the body. But the 11 didn't see it that way. They saw it as their lives were in danger. Everything they'd done for 3 years, everything they'd been doing, they stopped their careers to follow this man, and then he died? They don't know who they are anymore. They don't know anything about anything anymore. Not that he lied to them, because he didn't lie. But what did he do? He made them his closest friends for 3 years. They tried to stop him from going, and he still went. And then he died? They had heard him say that he was going to come back from the dead in 3 days. But they didn't understand it, because people don't come back from the dead unless he told them to come back from the dead. He wasn't there to tell himself to come back from the dead. So how was Jesus going to come back from the dead? They knew he was more than man, because the seas obeyed him. Even the winds and the waves obeyed him. He had already brought people back from the dead. He had cast out demons, and the demons were afraid of him. They knew there was something different about him. But when a person dies, and if you've ever had anybody die in your life, you know that it's different, because you know about who this person was. All those people that he brought back to life, you didn't know them. They didn't know them. They just know that he brought them back to life. He caused the deaf to hear, the blind to see, the mute to talk, the lepers he healed, but he still allowed himself to die? This can't be. At this point, the disciples' world is upside down. They are swimming in grief. I'm sure that up in that room, they weren't talking to anybody. They were just sitting there, lost in what had happened, totally confused about how it happened. How does this happen? He was our leader, and now he's gone? No, this can't be. He can't be gone. For that day, yes, he was gone. But that's not where the story ends. If you have any questions, comments, prayer requests, notes, put those in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. This may be the Saturday of Easter, but what we need to remember is that the story doesn't end here. Come back tomorrow to see how the story ends. Thank you for watching. May God bless you.